I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. Welcome to Coffee Club. I am your host, Paul Chappell. And guys, I just want you to join me in a little outrage today. I don't have anything better to do than to be mad. In fact, I have to take a drink to read this tweet. I came across this last night. As you probably know, in Texas, they're having a lot of issues with people's powers being out because they had this nor'easter in Texas. And I don't have to tell you that Texas is not used to snow. We even got a little snow here. It only lasted a few hours, though. It all melted away. I heard it got a little bit even worse in North Carolina. But yeah, we haven't been affected too much here. I know a lot about getting my electricity turned off. And not because I can't pay it. It's because at least 5 times a year, our electricity goes out here because we have so many trees that fall on power lines. We have idiot drunk drivers up the road here. We have all these power lines, and without fail, once every 2 months, some idiot come home from a bar just plows into these telephone poles. To give you an example how bad it has gotten, on my wedding day, our power was out. So what's been going on recently is they're putting all the power lines on the ground. But let me not get off topic here. There's a lot of problems in Texas because people I guess they're not used to having their power out. They're not used to having blizzards. So this mayor in Colorado City, Texas, thought it a good idea to put out this tweet to people. Like I said, I have to drink something before I read this. I got some good old Fuji apple sake here. Oh, this is good stuff if you haven't had it, especially when you're eating sushi. Okay, let me start off. Yeah, so this tweet was on Twitter somewhere, I guess. Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. That's how it starts out. I already want to drop kick this guy. That is not how you start off a message if you're a mayor of a town. Is it just me, or do we keep electing morons to office? And in case you don't already know, it's a Republican. I think Trump did something to people's brains. They made it seem like you could get away with a lot of stuff you really can't get away with. I just think it just drove some people in their party crazy. Okay, let me continue. I'll try to continue. No one owes you or your family, I guess he meant to say or your family, anything. No one owes you or your family anything. Okay. Nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. That's exactly the government's responsibility is to support people. What the living flip is this guy's problem? He's hurting my brain. Okay. Sink or swim is your choice. The city and the county, along with power providers or any other service, owes you nothing. Okay, I got to raise my hand right here. The problem is in that word service. It's not... Do I really have to explain this to Republicans? Service means you're paying for it. Okay? So yes, they do owe you something. Your service needs to come back on when you're paying for it. Okay. I'm sick and I'm going to just read all the way through. I'm not going to stop. I know it's kind of annoying. So let me just go ahead and read through the rest of it. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and you are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because you're lazy is direct result of your raising. Only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. He misspelled perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and the others will become dependent for handouts. I am sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water, yes, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and mesh them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ass and take care of your family. Bottom line, don't a part of the problem be part of the solution. Okay, let me just go ahead before you blow up your computer. Let me just make a point to reassure you this guy has resigned after some outrage. I looked it up. Boyd acknowledged the resignation Tuesday afternoon while responding to criticism he received from a controversial, this is on Facebook post. Tuesday morning, Boyd voiced his frustrations about residents who he said called him to complain about power and water outages. This is insane. You know why it's insane? Okay, I can understand a politician saying, if you don't have a job, go find a job. Okay, I can understand where that mindset comes from. Okay, I get it. Go out and look for a job. Then there's a next level that politicians actually go, conservative politicians, I should add. If there's no jobs in your community, move. Okay, well, there's some problems with that because if you're already poor and you already don't have a job, it's kind of hard to just take up a move. Who's going to pay for your move? Who's going to give you money to find a place? How are you going to get a place when you don't have a job already? You're going to put a down payment on an apartment with no job and no money? So that doesn't make any sense. But this is even next level because this guy is suggesting that people come up with a plan to turn on their own electricity. I guess you could build a power plant. It's possible. It's possible for someone to build a power plant, right? Right? Maybe I'm being unreasonable here. So we're supposed to build out our own power plant, hook up our house, so we have electricity. Oh, yeah, there's no water. Oh, yeah. So dig your own well. I'm just going with his logic. Dig your own well, people, so you have water. Okay, so, yeah. I guess that's very reasonable. No, it's not reasonable. I just can't. I'm telling you, I want to. I'm so mad reading this guy, and I'm sure his power's not out. He's probably living in a better part of town because I've heard the power is on in good parts of Texas, like in the place where Joe Rogan probably lives now. There is power because the rich people get service first, But this makes no sense. And the fact that he didn't proofread this, there's so many freaking mistakes in it. And this is sadly a product of socialist government. What does that have to do with anything? People are paying for water and electricity. You don't get those for free. Those are not handouts. Do I have to explain this guy? How do we keep electing these morons? That's my question today. Is there a cure for what ails our political system? Kind of feel like he was just mad about Socialism, he's mad about Biden being in office, even though Biden is not a socialist by any stretch of the imagination. He's failing as a mayor. He's getting complaints, and he's like, he just lash out because he's having this mental breakdown that a lot of people had when Biden got elected, even though the right-wing media was saying he wasn't going to be president. A lot of right-wing media was saying that. And these people live in this bubble where they believe everything the right-wing media tells them, even though most of it's lies. So I just don't know what to say about this guy. This is a service that people, I've lived in 3 states, and I've had, I don't know how many homes I've lived in, different homes, probably 10. I lived in probably 7 different cities, and I've never gotten water and electricity for free. Okay? If you pay for it, it is not a handout. This guy is, oh God. There's a word that I was about to say, but it's not politically correct. But this guy would fit that criteria in spirit. I would not insult mentally challenged people, because this guy has no excuse. He's part of the problem, and he's definitely not part of the solution. Just a few details that you probably might need to know about why there's so many problems in Texas right now. There's a good article on USA Today, Massive Failure, Why Are Millions in Texas in the Dark Amid Rolling Blackouts, Winter Weather. Some of the problem has to do with so much of their energy is tied up in natural gas, and I think the natural gas froze or something like that, I think I read. These are all the states with power outages. As you can see here, South Carolina is in one of them. But yeah, all these states surrounding us. You in California, huh? What's going on in California? I'm pretty sure they don't have snow. It might be cold, but they don't have snow. But as you can see here, 52% of their 50% of their electricity is generated by natural gas. 23% is renewable, like wind and I guess hydro. 17% coal, and 8% other whatever. I guess nuclear. Some power plants may have failed to operate in the cold. Plants are optimized to run under our typical and our extreme summer conditions, but they aren't as well prepared and engineered for extreme cold. If plants operate for too long in too extreme of conditions, it could be too costly to operate, as well as cause damage to equipment, which could further exacerbate the outages for long periods of time. Third, some natural gas plants might not have been able to get adequate supply of gas to be converted into electricity. Unlike a coal plant that has a ready stockpile, natural gas plants don't store as much on site, meaning any disruption at the supply source will lead to a disruption in turning on the lights. It's possible that power outages at natural gas production sites lead to failures in the electric compressors that move the gas. So there you have it. I hope everybody in Texas is safe. I feel you guys' pain. I've been in this situation. I think our electricity was out for like 2 weeks one time. It was horrible. We had a severe snowstorm like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. And just when we were about to go to a hotel, we see the power guys in our backyard putting the power line back up, because the trees, the limbs in the back, I have a bunch of trees in my backyard. They had fallen on the power line, completely knocked it down. So yeah, I feel your pain. But yeah, that's all I got. Give me a comment down below, like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you're already a subscriber so you know when my next video drops. And I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.